Hello everyone, welcome back to our Triple Twins UG channel, a rare journey to motherhood. And if you're here for the first time, Join Wamjun is my name. I'm a health professional, an entrepreneur, a ministry leader, a wife, and a mother to 3 sets of twins and 1 singleton. On this channel, I share my journey through motherhood, faith, purpose, and with the hope of encouraging busy moms to thrive, not just to survive. Yes, so you are welcome. And today I want us to continue on what we have been sharing on our previous episodes. We have looked at sleep training of a mother, how to survive into a minimal budget. You know, they say it takes a village to raise a child. So how I balance twins, work, marriage, and studying, we are going to see. And you might be in the season like I was in then, because these are the things that we pass through as mothers. So I have learned a lot. So if it was never, motherhood was never meant to be what done alone. So it is a group of people that are going to help us, a community, our family members. You get it? So when I had my second twins, they were only 2 months old, and I made the biggest decision of my life. I enrolled for a master's. Many people asked me. So, and I was like, oh, but thank God for a supportive husband. He was like, you go, I will take care of the children. Who can do that? And people would be like, Joy, why would you go back to school when your babies were only 2 months old? The answer is just simple. I believe that motherhood should never stop a woman from growing. Do you get that? Yes, our children become a priority, but we also have gifts. We have dreams, we have purpose, and at times at that time I was still on maternity leave. However, I knew that very soon maternity leave would come to an end and I would have to report back to work. That meant I would be balancing 4 major responsibilities at the same time. I was a mother of infant twins, I was a wife, I was returning to full-time employment, and I was pursuing a master's. Some days I honestly wonder whether I had taken a good decision, whether I could manage. But reality is that the seasons will come and seasons will go. Imagine waking up several times during the night to feed the babies, bumping them, changing diapers, trying to settle them back to sleep, then try to prepare for work, attending lectures and completing assignments and preparing for examinations. Hey, they can think that you are running mad. But thank God for a supportive community, an understanding husband, and sometimes maybe the relatives that were at home then that would come in, and maybe my sisters would come in to help in running the home. So being available for your family at times with all these hats, it becomes a challenge. And you find that you have that mom guilt and you're questioning. At times, many mothers have dropped off, but I keep telling them, no, we can do it. I remember one time when we were going for there's an interview we were going to do, and my friend had just given birth. I remember we called her, we were like, we are in this together and we are going to take on this course. Bring the baby. When you enter in, some of us, we shall stay outside and carry the baby, and you'll enter. And that's how we have won as mothers. So we need a community of supportive women and husbands and communities that can help us achieve our dreams. There were days when I was physically present in class, but mentally exhausted because I had barely slept the previous night. Sometimes I wondered, can I really do this? But every time I felt like giving up, I reminded myself why I started. I wanted to build a better future for my family. I wanted to become a better leader, and I wanted to keep growing. What does research say? Research consistently shows that mothers with strong support system experience lower levels of stress, better maternal health, greater parenting confidence, lower risks of postpartum depression, and better work-life balance. So I call upon our husbands, our relatives, our in-laws, outlaws, in-laws, our mothers in love. Look at these young mothers. When they are in that stage, we give birth at the stage where we are growing. and we can't leave some things because of the children. Yes, I accept there are those whom have gotten support and they have left work, full-time working, and they first raise their children. I know that whites, even some blacks, we do that. But well, if your situation allows you to do that, please do it. I'm not stopping that. Some of us can stay home, mothers, and look after the children. That it's not that all the time we all have to work. But if you have been blessed with these opportunities, are you going to lose them? Or there's a way that we can go around them and we be able to achieve and succeed, and we are all happy. Studies also show that social support improves resilience during major life transitions, including childbirth, and returning to work. Childbirth is a total transition. If you can bear with me, when you have moved like 20 miles, give birth today again, you'll be like you have gone back 2 3 years, to 0 point and starting. You need help. You are exhausted. You also need care. That's why I was telling you in the previous episode that when you have given birth, everyone pays attention to the baby and they forget the mother. These are the things that are making mothers fall into depression. So always also find out, how is the mother? How are you coping up with breastfeeding, with sleep patterns, with caring for the baby? So this reminds us that asking for help is not a weakness, mothers. It is wisdom. There is an African proverb that says that it takes a village to raise a child. As I look back in my journey, I realized that that proverb was absolute. It is a village that raises a child. So we need to be there, ask for help, come in and support. Don't forget the mother and focus on the baby. People often congratulate us on managing everything and they wonder, how do you do it? You have children, you're working, this and the other. But the truth is, I did not do it alone. God surrounded me with an incredible village, with a supportive husband, with relatives, my sisters. My husband, the first person, the first village I can say was my husband. Marriage became a partnership. There were many days when he stood in for me. When I had lectures to attend, he cared for the babies. When I had assignments to complete, he stood in. He would bathe these babies, change their diapers, feed them. He was literally there. And he has not left even as they grow. He has that special attachment with the girls. When I was overwhelmed, he encouraged me. He was like, you have to pursue the dream. If there be anyone discouraging you about this, they are fighting your dream. Habi, I thank you so much for that, if you dare watch this. So another lesson that I learned, my goodness, when I felt overwhelmed, he encouraged me. One lesson I learned is that marriage is not about keeping scores. It is about serving each other according to the seasons you are in. And these seasons, you have to pass through it all the seasons of life. Some seasons require one partner to carry a little more and another one to relax. That's not a weakness, that is love. So my sisters, I also appreciate them. There were moments when it became very difficult. I remember times when my husband was away and I received a phone call where they were telling me that the baby was sick. At that time, I had an examination and I could not miss. What did I do? I remember I called one of my sisters and she came in and picked the child and took her for treatment. Um, so that one helped me. By the time I came back, the baby was attended to and I was able to attend my exam. So really, I credit it on the village or my tribe of sisters, biological friends. So I call them and they step in and they cared for my children with love because they were there. I could complete my responsibilities knowing my babies were safe, and I was always grateful for them. And the village, my goodness, friends. Many people underestimate the value of good friends. If you have friends that have stood for you in season and out of season, please value them and do not lose them. Sleep deprivation affects concentration. Can you imagine? There were lectures where I struggled to absorb everything because I was simply exhausted. Thankfully, I had friends who understood. Sometimes they explain the concepts. They would be there to discuss. They would tell you, Joy, you have missed this. Please do this. They encourage you simply. And I saw myself really getting out. They supported with money. They supported with their time. They really checked out. And I found that one also going. Then house helps. At times we call them a necessary evil, but they are those who are God sent. Like many working mothers, I also needed child care support. Finding the right house helps was important, but I quickly learned something. A house help can support your parenting. They cannot replace your parenting. I took time to train them and explain feeding routines and sleep routines to the babies, about the babies, and they would quickly catch in. There are those times that you had even no house help, so the daycare also came in. And you would take them to a daycare and you really know that the teachers have taken care, the medication, you give in emergency contacts so that they are able to reach out in case yours is not reached. So I have learned to invest more in training the house helps, and so that they become confident and they are able to handle some things the way I really want them, and my children stay attended to in the right way. And when I return home, I become fully present. Learn to become fully present. Know what is happening in your kitchen, know what is happening at the dining room, in the bedrooms of your children. Mothers get involved even when you have delegated some of the roles. So the lessons that motherhood taught me in this is: one, you do not have to prove that you can do everything alone. Never. I always tell people I'm not a donkey. When I'm tired and I need to rest, I really rest. So many women carry unnecessary burdens because they believe that asking for help means you have failed. No, it doesn't. Asking for help is a sign of wisdom. Another thing that I've learned is that you build your village before you desperately need it. So gather the people that you will require before you need them. Healthy relationships should not begin during a crisis. Invest in your marriage, nurture your friendships, stay connected with the family. Do not leave family out. Become, whether in-laws, at times you have had issues with in-laws, but if you have found in the ones you can connect with, how do you build that relationship? Become a part of a supportive community. Stay connected. Stay connected. The relationships become your strength when difficult seasons come. And these are the ones that are going to enable you through it to overcome, to get all these things in place. Lesson 3, you choose your support system carefully. Not everyone is there for you. Not everyone should care for your children. Know who you leave them with. Character matters more than convenience. Trust, integrity, people who are patient, who are kind, even when you're finding that where you're going to live, and who have your shared values. These qualities are priceless. Lesson number 4 is accept help with gratitude. Don't be grumpy again. Appreciate the people that have come in to help in those hard times. Sometimes pride prevents us from receiving support. Self-importance. I learned that many of God's answered prayers in our prayers come through people. So when someone offers genuine help, receive it with humility and appreciation. Lesson 5 is: do not lose yourself in motherhood. Do not lose. It is a season, like I have said. Motherhood is one of the greatest calling in life, mothers. But it is not the part of who you are. You can continue to learn, you can continue to grow, you can continue to pursue your purpose with loving your family very well. The journey may look different, but that our God is a refuge. He ran to him. He's a strong and mighty tower that when the righteous run to him, they are safe. So it is still possible to go through motherhood and you are achieving. What are some of the key lessons that I can give to mothers that are working? So if you are watching this today and wondering whether you can balance motherhood with work, education, business, and ministry, I want you to know you do not have to choose between your loving your children and growing yourself. You need wisdom. Are we together? You need to plan. You need to have routines, mothers. You need flexibility, and most importantly, you need a village to help us grow these children. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Do not compare your journey with someone else's. Every family is different. Every season is different. Give yourself grace. Please give yourself grace. Reduce the pressure. Who is speaking to you? What concerns them? Who is encouraging you? And what for our lovely husbands? If there is a husband watching me today, I would like to speak to you for a moment. Your support matters more than you may realize, and we appreciate it. Sometimes supporting your wife means holding the baby so she can study. Sometimes it means preparing a meal. Sometimes means listening when she's overwhelmed and she's looking for someone to speak to. Sometimes it is encouraging her to keep pursuing her dreams. When when you support your wife, it is not that you're investing in her only. You're investing in your children. You're investing in your family. You're making your life easier as husband. At times we come and we want to rant. We are ranting about our bosses, even whom we've never met. Listen in, eh? And after times they ask, boss, who is that one? But at least you have listened, she has offloaded, and you know you are investing in your family and your children and to the extended family. At times, we appreciate you, the parents, the sisters, the church, the neighbors. We don't underestimate them. Their support is immense. Phone calls that you call such a mother, the babysitters, a few hours. When you prepare a meal, we do not take it for granted. Do not take that for granted. Checking in on a new mother, that is great. These small acts of kindness can change someone's life. In my faith journey, one of my favorite verses is Ecclesiastes 4:9 to 10. Two are better than one. If either of them falls down, one can help up the other. As I reflection to my journey, I realize that God often answers our prayers through people. He blesses us through supportive husbands. He surrounds us with caring sisters. At times when I talk about sisters, people are like, for us who don't have sisters, come we adopt you in our family. I hope this my sisters. I have 6 sisters. Oh my God, they are a source. They are a power and a force to reckon. I appreciate all of you, my sisters. So God surrounds us with caring sisters. He gives us faithful friends. He provides us with dependable child care, and He reminds us never to walk this journey alone. Looking back, I don't only thank God for my children. I thank Him for the life that I've gone through, for the lessons that I have learned in this. I thank Him for the people He placed around me to help me raise these great world changers. So, here, you may ask your question, who is currently part of my village? Think about them and see how you can benefit from them, how you can appreciate them, how you can look out for them, and thank you for the journey they have walked with. Have you been carrying burdens that someone else could help you carry? Who do you need to thank today for walking the journey with you? Take a moment to reflect on these questions. You may discover that you are more supported than you realize. At times we are overburdened that we forget the support God has put around us. And as I conclude, I want to thank you so much. For today, for watching the Triple Twins UG at a rare journey of motherhood. If this episode encouraged you, please share it with another mother who may need this reminder. And I would love to hear from you the comments. Who has been part of my village? And we shall go deep into these discussions the next time. Honest discussions and this postpartum depression. Mothers have gone into depression. I've remembered some people who they had expended like their maternity leave because the mother went into depression. I want to remind you that until next time, you are stronger than you think, and you matter more than you know, and you do not have to walk this journey alone. It was Joy, your friend. Thank you and bye.